So I was just working on listing these now, but I should have let them sit in the warm water for longer. But then I'll just see if I can show it. That there is the oil type stuff I'm talking about. That's more like just like a patch of it, but it does to an extent move around the wheel thing. But yeah, then that is that weird oily substance. It's super slippery. And so yeah, just drying that part off with a napkin. And then I'll add a note to the listing, because these ones are the ones that had it, that just mentions that, just to let the customer know. But yeah, and that is the weird thing that affects. It's not like it's just these wheels here, but these are the ones from all the times I've listed them that it's just the most pronounced of it. And then yeah, it's because yeah, it just seems to happen with older rubber tires. But then I was just thinking I might be able to actually use something like this here for a possible mount. Although this one in particular probably wouldn't work too good, because as you can see by its connection, where did I see that connection? Oh, right here. As you can see by its connection point there, it wouldn't really work, because the only connection point, because if I wanted to record like right here or something like that, then I would either need the thing from there, or from here, or from here, or from here, but there is no table openings there except for right here, and then I would literally hit my head into it if I tried leaning forward. So that probably wouldn't work there. But then this one here might work. It's got more so of a stand, and then I could place it there or something, and then put it over the screen, over the table. So then I think that this here might work then. So with that, as we can see, there's a bar there. The bar is a set size though. So then if I place the tripod here, this here is like the horizontal tripod, so that would work better than a standard one. But then if I were to place it here, I could put the back leg up to the monitor here. I'd move the keyboard out of the way if I were filming. And then for that, since the bar can't be shrunk, I'd have to place it high enough so it could go underneath this here. So there's a bit of room there. It says that the bar is about 1 foot. So then from back there to about here, I'd be able to move it forward if needed. But then that should be good enough for here. And then with that, I would then be able to crop the video a little bit if needed, if it's too large. So yeah, then that might just work. So I will probably order that. Amazon says it would be here tomorrow, so that might be in this vlog for just figuring it out. Probably wouldn't record per se right away, because I first have to finish that table listing stuff and everything. But yeah, that might be interesting. So then I got delayed with a whole bunch of other stuff, and so the wheels took a little bit longer than I was expecting to get to. It is now 7 p.m., but I am finally done with those wheels. So just the 2 containers that were right there are now on Brickstore, and that is currently at $580 for those, and a few damaged ones there. But yeah, then that stuff is over there. So then now time to start on the next one. And I'll probably just get these larger ones out of the way then, and just start trying to get this stuff listed. So just finished with a couple more of the containers. So yeah, it is definitely going a lot faster now that the the wheels from the 2 containers are done, because those are definitely the most dense of the containers. But yeah, now just working on some of the remaining stuff. So just finished for the day, and yeah, so got all but those 2 and the 1 small container of the tires listed. So overall pretty successful. So all of these parts here, so I ended up with 805 items, 168 lots for $1,095.25, and that is now uploaded. So then I will get the containers put away that are full, and then yeah, call it a day. So 4 shoe boxes filled, a whole bunch of drawers, and stuff like that. And then the one deal, the one that I mentioned in the previous vlog about how the person was on vacation, stuff like that. So then they messaged back and said that they're willing to drop it off. And so then I went to the bank, got the money for the cash deal. They confirmed tomorrow, and then they confirmed 2 to 3 p.m. And then all of a sudden they just messaged, and apparently their husband doesn't want them to go. So not sure what's going to be happening with that deal now. They were initially willing to ship it, so I did say that I am still willing to go that route. If that doesn't fail, I might be able to get someone I know to pick it up, but then we'll have to see on that. But then might still go through, but we are most likely not going to be getting it tomorrow. But yeah, still good progress today. And then tomorrow should easily be able to finish this up and then get started on some of this stuff. And yeah, hopefully get this done by the end of the week. Yogurt time. So then just heard back about the deal, and then the person turns out that they are able to head over to drop off the Lego. So yeah, then that should, if all goes well, be here in about 36 minutes or so. Because yeah, they're driving out. They said that they should be here around 2:30. So yeah, then that should hopefully be one of the next clips, if not the very next clip then. But yeah, then I'm going to get back to work on this, and I forgot about these last night. But then yeah, going to hopefully get these tires all listed today then. So yeah, then I'll save these for the last then, because these ones here, it's just all the dust stuff on them that's difficult to clean off and stuff. But yeah, then I will get started on this. Probably start with this container, and then work on these and these, and then that, and then actually going to take the card out because I have to pull orders tonight. So yeah, lots of stuff to do. Should hopefully be getting the Lego soon and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll get to work. So yeah, then just got the Lego now, and as a reminder, this here was $490, including delivery. So yeah, then yeah, this one here, the main reason I went for it is because this container here was really interesting. It seems like a lot of minifigures in comparison to just the amount of parts, because there's like 4 other large containers and 5 smaller ones, but then there's almost 1 container full of minifigure parts and similar. So yeah, it just seemed high for that. So then that was what was really interesting. But yeah, then just lots of stuff here. So yeah, I noticed things like there's the modern Commander Cody, I think it is, which goes for like 20-30 bucks or something. And yeah, lots of stuff. I'm a bit out of breath because I had to carry this from the middle of the court to the house, and it's like 30 something, like almost 35 degrees outside right now. So, and that's Celsius. So yeah, it's quite warm. And then after that, brought it all to the basement, which took like 5 trips or something, because the stuff doesn't exactly balance all that well. So couldn't take too much of it in one go. But yeah, then just lots of really interesting parts in here. And then it does feel very clean, but then like expected, there's a whole bunch of things with bite marks and stuff like that, which is somewhat normal. That is Lego. That torso, no, that's I think that's just a CMF or something. But yeah, like for example, this one here, you can see his head has bite marks and stuff like that, and the torso part as well. But yeah, it's just nothing too crazy or anything like that, which is good for this. And then I was noticing here, we can see they got 2 of these horses here. So let's do a quick check, see if I can set my phone here, and let's see, are these going to be brittle? Yep, this one here, you can already see it there. Just, yeah, it won't snap any further, but yeah, that's brittle, reddish brown. I don't want to sell that, so that's why I check these beforehand. And then this one here, we will see, is this brittle? Yep, that is definitely brittle as well. So yeah, that's normal and expected for these parts. I always just like to double check that, but it's always a shame when they do break, because these things are like $10 each almost or something like that. But yeah, just not all of them are brittle, but a good amount of them are. And yeah, just don't want to be selling any of that stuff. So yeah, then that is there. So yeah, a good amount of newer stuff mixed in with the older stuff. Because yeah, there's a good amount of Chima, but then there's also, like I showed, like the modern Cody and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of things. I don't know why I put these back in here. They are damaged, and they go in the garbage. So yeah, I'm not, because that thing can get quite sharp. So with that there, but then yeah, overall a fun buy, and yeah, then lots of interesting parts. I can't say I've seen this one before, but actually that might be from that one Ant-Man set, I'm not sure. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. I'd say it's worth it because there's just a good amount of minifigures. Because yeah, this here, actually let's just check it. And yes, I know it's not anywhere nearly 100% minifigures in here. I'd say it's probably around 60 to 70% minifigures or similar parts. And the container probably weighs a little bit, but let's just check the weight on this thing here. So in theory, because as mentioned, like the average 5 pounds I pay about $1,100-1,200 for. So if I paid $490 for this, just under half. So in theory, as long as there's at least 2.5 pounds of minifigures in here, then it is good. And we can see that there's 3 kilos. So let's change that to pounds. So 6.7 pounds. Let's say the container weighs a pound, that'd be 5.7. And then take out 40% of the remaining, or 30%, because there's still a very high quantity of minifigure parts in there. So let's just take out like 30% or so. So then 30% of that would be, take out another 1.5 pounds or something like that. So then that would be about 3 to 4 pounds of minifigure parts in here. So yeah, that is definitely worth it for the purchase price. And yeah, definitely good. And then in addition to that, we get all of the parts that came with it, which is yeah, a lot of other stuff. So if this one weighed about 6 pounds, then that would be 12, 18, 24, 30, and I know some are fuller than others, but roughly, so 30, and then between these, about 40. So yeah, it was about 40 pounds of Lego, so just over $10 a pound, roughly, or it might be more than that, I don't know, or like more pounds than I'm calculating. But yeah, then there's also this one here, which is all of the instruction manuals for the stuff. So yeah, lots of interesting things in here. And yeah, this will get added to the backlog. And yeah, so that was a good buy. And yeah, just need to have a few more sales and then start reaching out to more people, try to get some more. So yeah, then this stuff here, got it all around the side there. The one thing on top here, because this one here seems to be missing a foot or something. Yeah, missing a foot there, which is making it not be able to stack as good as the others. And yeah, so that is put away. And yeah, hopefully we can start tackling this pile really soon, because we are making progress on these parts. So I was going to do the train parts next, but after I finish these ones, but I just realized those will probably take a while. So I will do these ones first. So this, and then, yeah, this shouldn't take too terribly long because it's a lot of larger items. The train parts will take a little bit probably, but then, yeah, should be able to start on some of this Technic stuff today. So I just got the thing here, and it's definitely interesting. I thought that it would include counterweights, but it doesn't seem to. But I tried these things. These are not counterweights. They are just attachment ends. I can remove them there. So then we're left with this thing here. So the phone would go like here or something like that. It's not lined up right. But then since that the things that I was using as makeshift counterweights seem to take up a lot of room, what I might just do is set it up so that this shelf here acts as a counterweight, so that the bar can go here so it can't tilt or anything like that. So I'm going to just test setting it up and see what happens, and yeah, just try that. So then I've set it up like this. We've got the bar going all the way to the wall over there. And then with this one here, you can unscrew this. It's a lot better to have it with the being screwed in and unscrewed, because with most of them you kind of have to pull both sides apart, and then there's like a spring or something, and then that takes 2 hands, and then you can't put the phone in, and so trying to do that, it often breaks and stuff like that. But then this one, I can just adjust it as needed, and then yeah, when I put the phone in, it tilts a little bit, so I have several options. One is, I think it is this one here. If I turn it a little bit, I'm just going to set the camera down for a moment. But then if I do that, I can raise its height by just a little bit. So I just increased its height so it better matches the shelf there. And then I can move that there. And then when I put pressure on, it doesn't go anywhere nearly as far as before. But then if I do that there, I can then just set the phone right here. And then I can tighten that up right there. And then get the phone all secure. And then we've got an actual workspace for recording. So then several things that I would have to try to keep in mind is that the workspace looks really cluttered like this. So if I were to, for example, record like haul videos of like the minifigures and stuff like that, this wouldn't be a good area to do that because you got the monitor, you can see the stand itself, the label printer, the keyboard, mouse, the light, the other monitor, you can see the base of it over there, the cords, the light box, everything there. So it's a big mess over here, but then that is an interesting thing to just try to get sorted out. There is several other options. It doesn't necessarily have to be that I work at, like I record those videos right there. I could, for example, maybe try recording here, although the phone's balance is not good, so I'd have to increase, like if I increase this, it should make it more stable. Oh yeah, I guess I don't know why I didn't try that before. Oh no, that's just because it's only a little bit out and stuff like that. But yeah, then I can just try adjusting it and just see if I can find a good setup. Or I could just, if I do leave it over here, if I just put this back here somehow, put that there, put the foot there, move this thing, and then close this up a little bit. There we go. So if I were to do it here, then one option would be to simply put it to like one-time zoom or something, in which case that might work perfectly. But then I can still see the stand there and stuff like that. I could always, for example, the keyboard, I could move it out of the way. Let's try this a bit slower. Move the light there up, so get that out of the way. Then we could grab the keyboard, get it under the cord from underneath that, and then set that there, and then the keyboard could be moved there, and I just put the computer on sleep mode. But then if I were to do that, I could adjust this a little bit, and then if I were to move this arm here, I can then pull this out, and then we can put something like that. And then that might actually work right there, because now we have the perfect work area where it is nothing really in frame. And then, yeah, it could potentially work for something like that. So I think I might just try a quick time lapse while I finish working on some of the tires. But yeah, we will see how this goes. So I just recorded several time lapses, but I am not sure if I will keep any of them in the video. But it doesn't seem like it's a good idea per se to record time lapses of the listing process, as I use a light, and when doing the time lapses, in order for it to not take up half the screen, I have it on the side on an angle and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I will include any of those in the video, but then that's just a good testing thing to get this all sorted out. So I will just take this out now here. So yeah, then it does seem to work somewhat well for this, but then it will either, like mentioned, be used only for either going through like minifigure bags and stuff like that to create those types of videos, or it will be for going through the bulk and doing time lapses of that, but it won't be for the listing. It won't work with how everything is done here, because with that I use the screen a lot for listing. So if I have the huge tripod just in the way that would make it a bit difficult to get stuff done for that. So then, yeah, I will leave that there. But then once, I hope that's not damaged. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you can put it at an angle too. That's cool. I think you can at least. But then, yeah, I will, yeah, make sure I keep that there. And then once we get to the other stuff, I will try some videos of that. But yeah, it is good to get that figured out, but I'll get back to listing now. So just finished listing all of the rest of the vehicle parts. So that is there now. And then, yeah, just going to clean that up in a minute. But then now I can start with some of this Bionicle stuff. And yeah, this stuff relative to some of the other stuff is more so bulky, and it's not like it's all tiny parts like the wheels where it was, I honestly can't remember, but like 400 or maybe, no, it might have been 600 wheel, no, I don't know. It was hundreds of wheels just within one of these shoe boxes, and I had two of them and stuff like that. So that stuff took quite a while. But then these things here are just bulkier things that should hopefully go a bit faster. And they aren't so bulky that they are then taking longer to list like it was with like the boat hulls or anything like that. And then this one here just doesn't really seem to be fully sorted. It might be, I'm not sure. This one will probably take a little bit compared to some of the others here. That seems to just be kind of like all the leftovers of the Technic stuff. So that one will be there. But then, yeah, in general, it's just this stuff here. So I will get to work on this now. So the Technic stuff from the bags is roughly into 4 piles. We got armor, feet, torso type things, and things with joints, although this might be 2 different ones. So then I just realized now that I hadn't actually gone through the Technic to figure out which ones I wanted to list or not yet. So then as I go through these, then basically anything under like 20 cents if it's a small item, or if it's under like 30 cents for being over about 2 centimeters thick or something, I just won't list. So that should speed it along a whole bunch, and then I'll be more lined up with how I was listing all the other stuff. Because, yeah, and then also a lot of this is just not going to get listed. It is filthy. But yeah, then I will start trying to go through this as fast as I can then. So just finished going through the boxes for the first few, and so these are the ones that will get listed, and then we've got these 2 boxes here filled up with ones that will not be listed because they're worth like less than 20 cents or something like that. But then yeah, I'm going to try to go through these ones here and do the same as much as I can for these ones. There's going to be a little bit longer to get through these ones though, because there's just so much more in these ones that isn't really sorted, because the other ones were mostly sorted. So yeah, I'll work on these ones here, and then tomorrow or so I can hopefully, after everything is shipped out, start getting some of this stuff listed. I'll probably wait to pull orders till tomorrow because there's like less than 100 lots. There's like 12 lots on Brickowl, and Bricklink is just 37 lots, so it's like 50 lots total. So it wouldn't take more than a few minutes. So I'll get this stuff in a box just so it doesn't fall over, and then start seeing what to list from these ones, and then potentially get these 3 done tonight still, but I'm not sure if I'll have enough time. So then I've been still working on some of this stuff, but then yeah, just getting the file uploaded from today. So just do Control Find for consolidate, and there's nothing to consolidate, so that's good. But then, and I accidentally left the one Bionicle thing on that isn't uploaded yet, so let's try that again. And delete the old one, and paste that there. But then today we got 355 items, 86 lots for 649, 33 uploaded. So that is now done, and I've gotten through the first container. I think it was the largest container, though I might be mistaken. And I just see another one of these, which I had just uploaded there. So I'll keep that here and just add the quantity in a little bit. Yeah, then I'll still see how much more I can get done with this tonight. But I am not pulling the orders like mentioned, but I'll just grab the eBay ones because they'll be quick. So just finally finished with going through the last of the containers, and so this here is the Bionicle stuff that I'll list. It is one container full, and there's a couple bulkier items, but there's a good amount of the somewhat smaller items. So this will probably take at least a day to go through or so. But then, yeah, 3 containers that won't be listed, so that probably saved over a day of work. And then a couple containers of non-Lego parts thrown out, and one container of random stuff put into the random stuff container thing over there. But yeah, then after that we have this one to list. I'm not sure if all of these are going to be listed. I know some will, but not sure about all. These 2 containers need to be listed. Most of this here needs to get listed. This stack needs to get listed. Those small things over there do. And then a couple things from this stack will be listed. But then everything over here, except for these 2 stacks I'm listing, then I'm not sure what will be listed from those. So we might, if I can get lots done, we might be able to get this done by the hoped goal of Saturday. So that will be exciting. But yeah, then that means that definitely won't be out in, I won't be able to get to it this week for going through that box. But then unless something major happens, then it should hopefully be next week sometime that I should be able to go through it. So then, yeah, we will figure that out for that. But then, yeah, tomorrow, shipped orders out, which thankfully it's a very light shipping day. And then after that, should have a good amount of time to hopefully get a lot of this listed. And then on Saturday, should be able to hopefully finish up with that corner. Yogurt day. So yeah, with it being a light shipping day, we are already done shipping stuff out, and it is only 3:43 p.m. So time to get started on this box here. So then I was thinking, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in a previous clip already or not, but then I might actually do the setup over here, because then I don't have to turn over my work area and then try to keep things out of the way. And I can get like a nice mat to put over the table here. And yeah, try potentially using this table instead. So yeah, the main thing to try and figure out is a counterbalance, because this thing just goes completely falling over, and I accidentally opened up Siri somehow. But then, yeah, so we are going to take a look, see if we can find something for counterbalance, because we just need to make sure we can't see the legs there. And then I might order a mat from Amazon then quickly. And then that'll be here tomorrow or something. Actually, it's Friday, so it might be here Monday or something. But then, yeah, I might go for like a gray or black mat that I can put over the table, because it looks real weird with this table here. And then after that, we will see how that could work. I might have to get some LED lights, because we got some there, so I might put another strip up here to go over this table, because this side of the room is like really bright all the time. But then this side here, we got a yellow light, but that is not all that bright because it's dark in the corners. I mean, like, I'll just back up a bit. You can see a little bit on the camera how that side is super bright and that side is super dark. So if I'm filming or something like that, then that would make it difficult and stuff like that. And yeah, so yeah, I will see if I can figure that out and then get to work on trying to get this stuff listed. So then we do now have a weight at the end of the thing there, and so we can actually put the phone in here and it actually stays, and so that is good. We have a mat that should be here on Monday, and let me take the phone out. But the mat is 21 inches tall, I believe, and then I only needed like 30 inches or maybe 40 inches wide or something like that. But for this one, it's 70 inches wide. I couldn't really find one. I mean, I didn't look all that much, but this one was like, compared to the others, there's a good price, I guess. Or like just, it was a it was a solid gray color that had a finish that didn't really look like it was that just like, it wasn't like just normal material like you have for the mats that just, I don't know how else to explain it. It had kind of a leathery like finish, which might make it a little bit better. But yeah, then we will see on that. But yeah, even during the break when I don't upload vlogs, there's still a chance, depending on how it goes, that I will start uploading some of the minifigure videos, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, we will figure it out, and hopefully with the new tripod stand, because this one here actually has a good weight. Even with my phone, I can tilt it to about here, and it still goes backwards before it, if you go any further, it falls forward. So yeah, it can hold the weight pretty good for that. But yeah, then the mat will be here Monday, and then my rough estimate now is, like, I mean, I was hoping to have this done by Saturday, but realistically, I might be able to get this stuff done by Saturday, but then after that, we still have to get all of these things here, like all of the boxes here, and the stuff on the counter there listed by the pound at different buy it nows or auctions or whatever is decided, and that will probably take a little bit. And then we have to rebuild all the eBay cards from all the time that I haven't been rebuilding them because I've been going through this. So my current estimate, oh yeah, and then after that, going through that box there, and then I might also just go through these 3 small containers just to get them out of here because they're the ones that are all weird. For the smell and stuff. But then yeah, so my current estimate is next week, Wednesday or Thursday, to hopefully be done with all of the stuff, and then yeah, good progress. So we upgraded the weight from the washcloth that my mom uses to a wire hooked around a flashlight that is dead. So that also does the good enough weight thing to hold it and stuff like that. So that's good there. But yeah, just working on creating the Brickstore file for this stuff here. So just finished making the file for all of the parts. And surprisingly, only 2 parts I actually accidentally did twice, which was this one here and this one here, having it twice, but surprisingly none of the others were. But yeah, now time to start working on that. And so yeah, I usually don't list parts that are low value like that, but they are small parts like this, or just unique parts that I don't really see that often, so just thought it'd be cool. So let's just take a look at what the nicest parts are. So that would be this mask here, I believe, which is $35, and then there is this thing, Technic rack, which is $13, and the one arm over there, and some other stuff like that. Nothing too crazy besides that, but yeah, I'll get to work on this now. So just finished now with all of the Bionicle stuff that was all over the table. It's 9:57 p.m. I honestly did not expect to actually finish listing it today. So that was unexpected, but nice. So ended up with all of this here. So that is 394 items, 206 lots for $472.38. And that is now uploaded. So then, yeah, going to now do another sort of this stuff here and figure out what will be listed and what won't be listed. And then maybe tomorrow might be able to get this all finished up then. But then just realized the store is now above 21,000 lots for the very first time, but most likely will not stay above that for too long once the selling of the used stuff starts. So yeah, but it's nice to be above that for once. So then just starting to go through some of the stuff. So for example, from all of the Technic axles, these here are the ones that I'm going to be listing, and those ones there. And then these ones here, I'll be selling on eBay in a buy it now or auction or something like that. And then for all of the jumpers, I will be listing these few here. And then all of these won't be listed. Some of them, like these ones here, the light bluish gray and dark bluish gray with groove, are listed at like 25 cents or so. So normally I'd list those, but the thing is that these ones here, it's really weird because there's a lot of them, considering it's a retired part, that are listed in new condition being sold for like 5-6 cents each. I know there's a decent chance it's just from stores that don't differentiate between mold types, but then I just decided that I'm just not going to, because there's like a lot of them, and then with all the different shades of fading and stuff like that when you have parts that are that old, because I'm pretty sure these light bluish gray are from that era of time that all of the light bluish gray, there's like a chance that they just become a slightly different version of the shade and make all that fun stuff difficult. So those ones are a little bit higher value that I'm not going to, but I just won't be working on any of those. And then yeah, so then there's just a few of them here that have a little bit more value than that I'll be listing. So yeah, then I'll get this stuff set aside for eBay, and then yeah, going to start looking through some of these tiles. I initially had the ones I wanted to be listing all sorted out, but then I thought I might list them all, but then I'm probably not going to be listing them all. But so then I still need to refine those. I'm pretty sure they're just in the bottom container, but then I'll just give those a quick look over again and stuff like that. And then, yeah, so currently to be listed is this stuff here and this stuff here, and that should be the very last of it. And then so depending on how long that takes, because tonight it's already 10:34 p.m. so my goal is to just kind of finish figuring out this one and then maybe get a little bit listed, but I probably won't have time. And then tomorrow, depending on how long this takes to get listed, because these will probably take a while, then I might be able to start getting some of the eBay listings ready, or then possibly just start working on this bucket, because there's like a few of these parts here that I do want to add so that I can process them, because this here is like I think it's like a $40 or $50 windscreen and stuff like that. And then you need to work on all that stuff, so might figure out that stuff. Have one LED light strip, but I don't know if I can combine anything with my current one, so it might have to be on a different switch. Would be a little unfortunate, but worst case scenario, I have 2 switches to keep the lights on here, and if that's the case, then I'll return these to my dad, because these were his, and then I'll see if I can buy another identical one as this, so then I can just have 2 light switches here, and see if, actually I don't even know if the cord could run that long for that one, so we'll have to figure that one out. But yeah, then I will see if I can get some of this progress, get some progress done on some of this stuff. So it turns out I already had gone through, like I had already still left out the tiles that I had found last time, but I guess I must have missed them, but they should be here somewhere. There they are. And so I just found those 3, which aren't too much on their own or anything, but then I guess I had already figured that out. But yeah, then that's sorted out. It's 10:52, so I'm not going to start listing anything, but yeah, then tomorrow should hopefully be able to get hopefully all of this listed and possibly start working on that. But yeah, we'll see. Yo, then. So yeah, then today I hope to finish up with that table, but we will see. There's a high chance I'm overestimating how much I can get done in a day again, like I tend to have a bad habit of doing. But yeah, then I will try to get all of that stuff done. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But if I am able to get this done and I'm not overestimating it, then yeah, I'll probably work on that there. But yeah, then going to try to get this done. Then the next vlog will probably be the last one before the pause I was talking about. So yeah, then I will get to work. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog. Thank you for watching if you got this far. Today is a Saturday, so next vlog should be out on Wednesday.